Welcome to this Forza Horizon 6 video, where I'll show some gameplay with the Mazda Furai, which is one of the new additions in the first season of Forza Horizon 6, a car that was highly anticipated in Forza, because it's been a very long time since we've seen it in a game from the franchise. Not since Forza Motorsport 4. Actually, it's because of a somewhat unusual story about this car, which I'll tell you throughout the video. But you should know that it's still an event for longtime Forza players to see this car back in the franchise, so it's really nice. It's a car, as I was saying, that's a seasonal reward. It's the car that requires 60 points throughout the entire first season of Forza Horizon 6. So if you've already made good progress in the first and second weeks, normally, you can get 70 points, and you can already unlock it. So, we're going to test it on the Top Gear Equinox. I think it's a car that honestly has quite a lot of potential to be a really good car. Because this car is made for racing, it's really a race car. So, what did Mazda do here? It's a car that, as I was saying, has a bit of a unique history, because it actually, at the time when this car was more or less introduced by Mazda, there was a concept car that was made, a real concept car, which ran with an engine and everything that goes with it. And, at the time we started seeing it in some video games, except there was a problem with the concept car. It burned. In fact, literally the only example of this car burned down. And Mazda dropped the project right after. So in the end, it's almost a privilege to have this car in a video game now, because it's really the only way to see the Furai somewhere. It's basically having a 3D version of that car, a car that's not actually that powerful since the engine has a lag. Here it's about 400 horsepower, not huge, compared to some monsters in the game that have, well, over 2,000 horsepower now. There are a lot of cars in the game with more than 2,000 horsepower. Except this car has an incredible advantage. It only weighs 675 kg, so even if it's not that powerful, well, it's a car that's super light, so it brakes really well. So I'm gonna pause here for a second, let's rewind a bit. It's a car that handles really well, brakes really well, and honestly, you won't need to slow down much in the corners. So even if it doesn't have the best stock top speed, even though indeed there are cars like the Koenigsegg Gemera that will have a top speed about 150 km/h higher, with this car, you'll easily catch up since you won't need to brake. It's a race car inside, unlike a hypercar, which makes sense. I can't really explain it. It's a race car, that's exactly what I was saying. There's pretty much no need to brake. And if you ever do need to brake anyway, the car has such insanely powerful brakes that it handles it easily. So, I think it's definitely a car that's very well suited for the Forza Horizon 6 map, which, as you may have noticed, is much more winding than the Forza Horizon 5 map. I think that's the main reason hypercars aren't good in this game, while cars like this excel. It's because, well, all the advantage here is given to cornering cars that handle turns well and brake well. Top speed is just a bonus. Well, I think that, in my opinion, in all the upcoming turns we'll hardly need to brake. Maybe not at all. We'll have that, but I think in terms of handling, yeah, right there. Can't wait to see how it's going to turn out with the settings. Those ones. I don't need to brake. Just letting off the accelerator lets the car go anywhere. And so, well, even though we have 2,000 horsepower less than the Koenigsegg Gemera, we actually get a better time, with 228. At the end of the video, I showed the top 10 best times from this Top Gear Equinox series for the first time. We're on our 11th car now, so there you go. We're going to start showing it at the end of the video. We'll take a look at them. As for upgrades, though, in terms of upgrades, it doesn't seem to have many upgrade options. Let's take a look at that. The car comes stock with slick tires, which likely explains its incredible handling. It's because it already has the best tires in the game. Obviously, that's going to help. I hope we can upgrade the engine, because that's going to be the main problem with this car, and in my opinion, we'll see about that. I think it's a car, yeah, where we won't get a huge performance boost when fully upgraded, because the car has almost no upgrades. More importantly, this is exactly the type of car where all-wheel drive shouldn't be installed. There's no point, and we won't test it, since it would definitely reduce performance. It's actually way too crazy, and we'll see when we test it in rear-wheel drive like this with the 1,000 horsepower once the engine is really, let's say, unleashed. But it's a car that has so much grip, 3.50 lateral Gs. It's crazy. The car handles so well and has so much downforce, it's built for rear-wheel drive. So, what happens if you make it heavier? With four-wheel drive, you're going to lose all the weight advantage, and on top of that, you'll lose everything. There's no point. You'll actually lose the basic driving feel of this car. But listen, Here we go with our fully upgraded Mazda, so now it's tuned as well. So, what's pretty crazy is that we actually had some room, in terms of downforce and aerodynamics, to gain even more grip and speed. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if, starting from the highway on the Forza Horizon 6 map, on this route I suggested, we almost never have to brake. Actually, I think that once we reach the highway, there will never be any need to brake again. And I think that, as a result, we're going to set a wicked time. Because this is, phew, wow, it's incredible. Boom. What a monster. What a monster this is, guys.
Le monstre que c'est, les gars.
It's the first car I've tested like this on the Top Gear Nox with such good handling, especially since we've given it 1,000 horsepower, which is more than double what it had originally. So I think we're also going to gain time on the straightaways. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we get one of our best times ever on the Top Gear Nox series. Look at this. The top speed it's going to have now. We're going to get close to 400 with aerodynamics that mean we almost never need to brake. Here, we're really dealing with a little monster, guys, the Furai. Honestly, I hope they'll give more opportunities to unlock it. Some people don't know this car, so they won't get excited. Actually, it's a nerd car. You know what I mean? It's a car for people who were already a bit interested in cars back in the 2000s. And I think it's because it's not a Ferrari, it's not a Bugatti, it's not a Koenigsegg, it's not a brand. Let's say it's not really a super hyped brand like that. I think it's a car that's going to go unnoticed by a lot of players, even though it's actually a beast. And I think a lot of people will be like, well, you had to unlock it for me. What is it? Isn't it just a Mazda or something? And in my opinion, guys, those of you who think that, you're making a huge mistake, because I think this is a beast. It's harder to drive than the time attack cars, that's true. I think the time attack cars generally have better handling, but there's not much difference. So I think that here, in some events, with a bit more top speed, there's a chance. There's a chance. There's a chance. Right there, right there, right there. Actually, it has so much grip that it turns too much, actually. It's incredible. See? Well, honestly, it's great that they brought the Furai back from the dead. And it's great that they made a pretty quick version, because it's a pleasure to drive. And actually, 2.0 as well, it's just a bit. What kind of time does that give us? Well, guys, it's literally the best lap time we've ever done on Top Gear and Equinox. For now, we've done better than the Warrior R, which until now held the best score. So, well, it's not necessarily the best car in the game for that matter. Still, in the meantime, it's a rocket. And as for the Warrior R, we tested it with all-wheel drive. I don't think there's much point, but we'll still test it with all four-wheel drive. Just to be sure that we can't do any better, we'll see. Maybe we'll do even better. Even though I have some doubts. I have to admit, I think the all-wheel drive setup really helped us with quite a few things there. Actually, concretely, what's really going to help is just the starts and those tight turns. We'll be able to accelerate harder, because the car will really pull once it gets going. That's all there is to it. As for the rest, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. It's true that for once it doesn't give me a car that handles badly. Maybe we'll do even better, guys. Luckily, maybe we tested the all-wheel drive version. Damn, it seems to be going pretty well, huh? It's not bad. And well, there's a little adjustment too. Maybe that helps the car handle well, even with four-wheel drive. It's true that here, actually, we'll probably gain a second or two, maybe. So, quite an interesting thing. It reaches its top speed faster with four-wheel drive, but it has less top speed. I think we'll hit the limit a little bit sooner. Actually, in the end, maybe we made it pretty OP by switching to all-wheel drive. I think it's a good thing we're testing it like this because it's not so bad. Actually, 20 more kilos doesn't make much difference. And yeah, it's a rocket, especially with four-wheel drive. That OP setup is pretty good, huh? It's not bad the move, really. In any case, it's still a good car. I think it's worth unlocking. 60 points, you can get them pretty quickly. You still have 2 weeks to do it. If you haven't started yet, that's more than enough. In any case, I hope this little video, an old video, yeah, let's put it that way, a review of the Furai. If that's the case, leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Follow me on Twitch. This car was unlocked live with viewers. We often play multiplayer with subscribers, so follow me and use Prime to support the channel. And don't forget that under my video, I'll also put the link for you. Instant Gaming, the channel's partner, lets you buy your games for less and gives the channel a little boost. And actually, we even saved 3 seconds, and now we're absolutely smoking where are. So yeah, we're dealing with something pretty intense here. Here's the summary table of the times at the end of the video. Enjoy, and see you next time. Bye.